Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, it's 𝗙𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗲 as always. Today in the studio we have the lovely
𝗬cie𝗂𝗂𝗏.
And by the way guys, check out at the Pan African Dating Show. She's the new host, guys. And it's very exciting. I'm so happy for you.
First of all, I just want to say shout out to the diaspora people. I love it. This is why 𝗙𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗏 comes here and stresses so straight English. Stresses so much. Guys, come. Opportunities are here. Do whatever that you can. We just want to shout out to 𝗂𝗍𝗍 Jackson.
Yeah.
Because, yes, the owner of 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏, the founder of 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏 in the Pan-African Dating Show. He's Black American.
Yeah.
He's been in Uganda for quite some years and in Kenya. And he is now my boss.
Imagine. And guys, this is like a funny story before we get into the video.
Yes.
When we were in Dubai, I landed on the channel, 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏, also the Pan-African Dating Show. And I remember you were like sleeping on bed and I told you, oh, there's this show, it's in Uganda.
Yeah,
and you were like, what?
Huh?
Uganda?
What?
Dating? And we were like, oh, maybe one day we'll also be hosting.
Yeah.
She's the host.
I'm the host. Okay, 2024 has started on a good note.
Thank you so much at 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏 and the team. It really means a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So keep on coming.
She's literally now my boss.
Yeah, treat me nicely. Oh, yeah.
Today's video is also crazy.
Yeah.
In the sense that we've been seeing a lot of African leaders like come out to say our people in the diaspora should come back in the continent. I remember the president of Uganda apologized to the diasporan people.
African presidents, by that time, they were in their feelings too much.
And then we had Ghana. Ghana, I think, was the first country to call back the people. And then we had Kenya.
Yeah.
It is with great pleasure, as president of this extraordinary country, to make a historic announcement of the decision of the government of Kenya. Beginning January 2024, Kenya will be a visa-free country. It shall no longer be necessary for any person from any corner of the globe to carry the burden of applying for a visa to come to Kenya.
And now we are at this place in time where we get to realize these leaders just know what to speak about just to get our attention as Black people, because this is like a facade thing.
Yeah, they lie a lot.
It doesn't make sense. Like, we have a lot of receipts. You can go literally on the internet and see how a lot of leaders were talking about free visas to the African continent, to the Black American people specifically.
And Africa as a general.
Yes. And now we come across this kind of testimonies. Like, guys, watch this clip.
Kenya's recent decision to grant visa-free access to all travelers has sparked controversy. Despite the visa-free policy, visitors are required to obtain an ETA by submitting documents and paying a $30 processing fee. And this new requirement applies even to citizens of countries that previously had unrestricted access to Kenya. Over 9,000 visa applications have been received through the digital platform since the implementation. And now critics, including journalists and entrepreneurs, argue that the policy has created confusion and increased the difficulty and the cost of traveling to Kenya. Some Kenyans also express fears of reciprocal restrictions and foreign boycotts from other countries.
The big question I have is, how long is that electronic travel authorization valid for? But if you're telling me I got to pay it every time I need to travel, oh, then that's going to significantly decrease the value that I have for going to Kenya. I mean, I'm a member of the East African community, therefore I would be able to secure my ETA for free. But still, it's just an additional pain in the neck to be able to do that.
Right.
We live in a world where people do business between East African countries frequently. And you might need to jump on a quick flight on a Monday morning to go for a meeting in Nairobi, come back same day to Kampala. That happens regularly, every day of the week with Ugandan business people. It just seems like in a lot of cases, it's very difficult to understand why people want to make life more difficult than it needs to be. I feel like a lot of our people, a lot of our African people, a lot of our, in this case, Kenyans, want to choose to do things the hard way on purpose. I just can't figure it out.
So from that clip, Esther, what do you think, really?
Oh my God. I had so much faith.
Yeah.
Oh, now I remember that I need to go delete this post from my Instagram because I was so happy. I even posted it on my Instagram that, oh my God, yeah, Kenya, shout out. You're the first to do it in the motherland on the African continent. Yes. So basically, if you are African from whatever the country that you come from, You are visa free. You can just, when we say visa free, Ndagire,
Yeah.
what do you think about visa free?
You just buy any ticket
Yeah.
of the African continent
Mm.
and in a minute,
Yeah.
you're already in the country.
Yeah.
That's what I expect. Like, you don't have to apply
Uh-huh.
for anything. You literally just
Yes.
buy your ticket, get on a flight, on a train, whatever, a bus, you're in the country.
Yeah.
That's what I
just,
understood.
Yeah, just like the way Americans, with your American passport, you can just buy a flight ticket and you land in Canada. Like, no one is, they just give you a stamp, or like the way in Europe they do it. You're from the Britain, you can just cross over to France and no.
Yeah, that's what I expected. And you know why? This is why I say, like, I no longer blame white people
No.
for the things that happen to the African continent. Because why, as a big figure yourself, come on the internet, come to
lie.
the press, come to the media and talk about something that you're not even going to be ready to do.
Lies.
Something you're not going to do.
He's a scam.
It is so absurd that these are the kinds of people that we call leaders for the continent, and it's why we are also talking about this.
Yeah.
Me and you, we call our people to come back, because you
Yes.
guys, you deserve to be in the motherland. Black people in the diaspora, Africa is your home. It is always your home. We see these kinds of information. We see our leaders apologizing. Like, I was so happy when my president of Uganda apologized to you guys. And I know some people might not even take it as serious, but for a leader of a country to come and say some statements, everybody listens, especially the outside world.
Yeah.
But then to come to realize that it is all a lie,
a
and
scam.
it's like things they say for them to be seen and viewed as good leaders, it does not make sense.
Let's just say it. If you have to go online and sit on your laptop or phone and fill out your details and and everything, and then you need to get a paper that allows you to enter a country, you just ask for a visa. So I don't understand what he meant that it's visa free. Visa free for me is me waking up right now.
You stamp, you enter. I'm in a mixture of emotions, because these are the things that I always talk about. We as African people are
Black
so
people.
much controlled by people that look like us, but rather ignore that and concentrate on other people. This was a black man, an African man, calling his people, black people, to come back and telling them it's a free entrance for you, not by ticket, by visa. All you have to do is come, buy the ticket, come.
Just come.
We stamp in, you come in. And they were all talking about how we want the economy to grow, how we want to connect and togetherness. Like, what togetherness are we talking about here? You lure people in, but you don't do the things that people expect when they come.
In the voice of 𝗬𝗶𝘀𝗰𝗂𝗍 Thembekayo, this is a very smart man, and he goes around the world to tell African people their nonsense, their bullcrap, the way it is. This is the most stupid thing, and I saw his TikTok. He said, I have never seen leaders like African leaders. Because why do we have borders? He said, tell me if him as a black man, he just gets a visa of France. Just a visa of France, and that visa of France allows him to get on a train and end up in the entire Europe.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about visas. It's so shocking. We have the African Union, but more African countries break up more than to connect. So
what's the use of the union?
It doesn't make sense. And I don't want to hear on how white people are controlling them. Like, that's why I always say, if we are always saying white people are controlling these leaders, then we as Africans should never expect to be free, ever.
Yeah.
Because we know our leaders are controlled, and we can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And that's it.
We must stop calling ourselves independent. We must stop celebrating independence.
And then this also brings me back to, people will still say the right leaders are killed. The right leaders are killed by their
own
fellow
people.
black African people.
Yeah.
The war that is happening in Sudan, it's black people holding guns at each other.
Congo,
Sudan, Uganda. Like, even Uganda is not talked about, but I've never seen a white man in my country with a gun. it's the people that look like me
It's
that
weird.
do things that hurt people that look like
Yeah.
me. Until we start looking at that factor. And I also believe the moment and the day we'll stop focusing more on the white people and concentrate on our people,
Yes.
change will come.
Yes.
Change is never going to come by us focusing so much on what white people do. We
And
all
blaming
know
them.
what they do and what they did. We need to start focusing on our own people, because if this man came on the internet, nobody asked him, he wasn't forced. Came made this statement to lure our people in, because you guys belong to be here. You need to buy assets in Africa. You need to buy land here. You need to get married to African women and men. You need to be in the motherland. Like, you need to be here. This person comes and lies in front of your faces and boosts your energies, gives you this excitement, and yet you're going to come and still face the same BS that has always been happening. And then we want to excuse that. So the day we will start focusing on ourselves, our people, especially those that are in positions that make and sign off things, we are never going to be free. Because talking about white people will never end, because they did what they did, they do what they do, and they're not going to stop on doing what they do to us until we start looking into our people. So it's really absurd. Like, it's so frustrating. Like, we want our people to come back, but it's our own people that are stopping our own people from coming back. The same video that I did, where I said, if you go to immigration as a Black American or Black person from the diaspora, these people give you headaches. They stress you off. It's like we Africans are the problem now to our fellow Black people in the diaspora.
It's all talk, and lies. They lie a lot.
Guys, that is it for us in the video. Let us know what you think. It's a mixture of emotions.
I know. You also feel like me. I'm like,
is it really the white people at this point that are too much of a problem, or it's really, or most of the times now, as my people that are a problem? Any last words?
Any last words from me to you? I just want to say to all the African leaders, you are a fraud. Preach. You talk, but you always lie and you never deliver. That's it.
That was it for us in the video. Don't forget to check out at @𝗬cie_Natkunda.
Yes,
and give them your link.
Oh yeah, 𝗬cie_Natkunda. Natkunda, of course. I'm gonna be tagged here, and you can find me in the comment section as usual,
as well as on the Pan African Dating
Show. If you're single, you can come to the Pan African.
If you're looking for a woman or a man,
every Thursday, 11 p.m. East African time on YouTube and Facebook Live
at the Pan
African Dating Show. We'll find you both in.
Thank you. We'll see you. Bye bye.